Hi, my name. Whoop, get the thing there. Is it running? Hi, my name's David Formhall, and I'm a presidential candidate for the President of the United States. And the reason I'm running is I see an injustice in the way we get paid. It started out in the United States, started out with just a few people running everything, and it hadn't changed since. There's 1% that's good for the people controlling everything, and they don't want to give up what they got, and they really can't afford to. So I'm not going to take it away from them, but like during a war, they really don't get the money from anybody to run a war, and they have a Department of War. I'm going to have a Department of Peace where we get the money from nowhere and give it to everybody. Like we have we will have a Department of Peace, and we will have a minimum wage that'll basically be $100 an hour, where it'll be 60-40, where if you work at McDonald's or any other what would be a labor grade 1 job, you'll get 60% of $100 an hour, and McDonald's will get, whoever you work will get 40% of $100 an hour. Your employer will get 40% of $100 an hour, and for per employee to employ you to take care of what you need, your insurance or the parking lot or the factory or whatever. A social worker, that's like the Down syndrome. Illinois just laid off a while back, laid off a bunch of social workers because they don't have a budget yet. They can't figure out how to get money out of a turnip. People don't have money. People can't get money. There's no way people can get money. The 1% don't want to give it up, and the 99% don't have it to give it up. There's no way they can get it. So Illinois can't figure out how to get it out of them because they don't have it. So I want to get it out of nowhere like we get out of war. In the times of war, you don't want to lose, so you can figure out how to build tanks. In times of war, you can build tanks out of pretty much, you can invent money. You can just pull money out of thin air. When you got the enemy breathing down your throat, and you're in another country, and you're coming over here, you can build factories when they can't come over here and bomb. You got time. When during World War II and Germany couldn't get over here, we had the time and we could invent the money to build factories and run boats over there, to take planes over there to bomb Germany. We were able to come up with the money and to just invent the money to build planes and put people to work over here, to take boats or planes over there to bomb Germany to defeat them. We didn't have that money, but we were able to invent it to take it over there to bomb Germany, or otherwise it'd have been over here and we would have been in gas chambers. I wouldn't have been born. But nowadays they want to somehow get the money out of us. We don't have the money. I don't know. To me, they're not thinking clearly. People can't come up with the money out of nowhere. There's no way I can come up with money. I'm about to go in a nursing home. You don't want to hire a president that's going in a nursing home. You're not electing me. You're electing the idea that if we as a democratic society decide how we want to do things. We're not electing me. We're electing the idea that from now on we're going to have a Department of Peace that will bring money out of thin air like we do in war. In times of war, you build as many tanks or airplanes, and you don't worry about the price of them. You just worry about how dependable they are. So if you have a pothole in your street, you don't worry. You worry that you have to but take money out of your pocket. With me, you wouldn't have to worry about taking money out of your pocket. You just worry that the city got there in a hurry to fix it. If you have a water line that breaks in your street, you want the water line fixed. That city that has the lead in the water line, everybody's worried about it, and everybody's worried about where the money's going to come from. If you just invent the money and get up there and fix it, then it'd get fixed. If it was a wartime and it was a different country, we'd send bombs over there and bomb the enemy. Let's bomb that water line if it was a foreign country. Let's go in there like it was a foreign country and take care of it. If it was a foreign country, we'd take care of it. It's America, we're not taking care of it. In times of war, we have a Department of War that takes care of things, and they don't even worry about how much money they spend. Okay, but like when they say they print money, you can only print so much money and then the money's no good. In times of peace, if you print money, if you print too much money, there's money's no good. In times of war, if you don't build enough tanks and you lose the war, then the money's no good because you lost the war. So you have to build enough tanks to build, to defend yourself and win the war so the money's good. In times of peace, you got to print enough money so the money will be good. If you don't build enough roads, then the roads are no good. If you don't invest enough money in America, America's no good. And I don't know how much time I can spend on this. I'm just going to do a little bit at a time. And I can change the numbers on my card. But anyways, labor grade 2 is like a social worker 200, 60-40. Everything I do is 60-40. Social workers are like 200. Truck drivers, semi-drivers. If you work for the city workers are 300. Truck drivers 300. Soldiers overseas, they're on duty 24 hours a day if they're shooting at them. $300 an hour. On stateside, they be on duty 12 hours a day. They retire age 30. Soldiers retire age 20 years service. Not age 30, but 30 years service. Soldiers retire 20 years service. Doctors, $700 an hour doctor. Teachers, $400 an hour. Police officers, $400 an hour, driving the car, behind the desk, police officers, $300 an hour. Teachers are $400 an hour. Okay, student loans. If you went to college and graduated, your old student loan, you get $100 an hour to go to college. Okay, so past student loans, if you graduated an old student loan and you graduated and an old student loan will be paid off, you get paid to go to college. When you're in college, we will put equipment in the classroom. The class can be recorded, and you have to go to class. But when you get back to your dorm, you get paid 60-40. The college will get paid $40 an hour per student. You have like a cell phone in your pocket that will record on the chip in your phone. I think there's enough. They record you going through the door that knows you went to the class. Because you got to be in the class, and then you will have a record. So when you get back to your dorm, you can study everything the teacher said on an iPad, and you can watch. And I don't know what the teacher writes on the board anymore. I know electronics. They draw diagrams of electronics works and circuitry. So you can study electronics, but you can record their voice and hear what they said. So you can go back and study everything they said in college. And if you have any trouble remembering what they said, and well, you'd have a complete memory of everything you studied in college, and it'd be paid for. And if it costs any more, it may cost more. Let me think. Waitress may be $200 or $300 an hour. Waitress may be $200 an hour. Cooks, fry cooks, everything will be figured out later. But truck drivers are $300 an hour. Fry cooks may be $200 an hour. But I'm going to shut it off now, and it'll be later commercial. David Formholz, presidential candidate. I got a thing on here on perpetual energy or clean energy or green energy using gravity, where I have containers of air, where I let oil or water get under them, containers of air, and when the water gets under them, they go up, and I slide rings down around the containers where the water or air can't get under them, and the weight that's in between them gets heavy, and they go down. 2 sets of them, one set side by side, and when they go down, they don't really get heavy, they just go down. But when they go up, you get energy out of the rising part, and they're like 20 of them in a stack. You get 1 million pounds of rising air to run a generator. You can look at that. It's in David Formholz, Clean Energy. Bye.